application is that? Is it a web application or it can service only if there's a port
web
open?
application is calling this
Okay.
application which is going to run.
Okay.
I cannot give out the name.
Is
Sure.
it a background service you're talking about?
It can. Like I said, see, for it to provide service, it has to have a port to talk to. So the application you're talking should communicate using the TCP/IP connection to the port.
So our application
That's
is going
right.
to invoke it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So the application say I'm talking is ABC. I'm giving it something which is running will be invoked by this web application.
Okay.
This when they say we are going to spin off containers of ABC, are they going to spin off 100?
Yeah, because each container has an IP address.
Each container is.
Will have an IP address by its own. Different IP. If I spin up two containers, two IP will have different IP containers. So your application should know the IP address of the system.
So say XYZ is going to call ABC.
Okay.
All right, which is running in containers. So I want to understand, will there be, say, thousands of people use that XYZ?
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, as many.
So will the system spin off thousands based on the usage of the?
It can. I mean, that's how Google does it. It scales automatically because based on the demand, they have logic to spin it automatically. Yes, you can do
So if it
that.
needs more, it will spin off more.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, Docker doesn't do it by itself. Docker is just a technology. You can spin up one container, for example. But to spin up automatically, you need to use these orchestration platforms like Kubernetes. Docker has their own called Docker Swarm, or Mesos. That is another platform. So there are many orchestration platforms. So you build a container and you give it to the DevOps team or operations people, and based on the scaling or like scalability, availability, they can scale it however much they want.
Okay.
They say like Google spins like 2 billion containers a week. It spins up, shuts it down, because they do for one specific task and it dies, right? So containers are good for transaction based. So you do something and you kill it. Or I mean, it can also serve a web application forever.
So it actually, if you use Nginx in conjunction with Kubernetes, actually that's what we did presented. So that's what we do.
Sure.
So Nginx talks to Kubernetes. So Nginx also does a service discovery, because when you spin up the containers, you have this subnet range, the IP range is 0 to 255, right?
Uh-huh.
In the past, you only had one VM and one IP, but now you are having 10, 20, 30.
Exactly.
So Kubernetes, Nginx sends a message to Kubernetes spins up all of this. Then we have something called a console that tells back to Nginx saying that, hey, you know what, we had instead of 0 through 255, we had 0 to 100. So in Nginx, I don't know if people know bus model, routing, mesh model, that's an application topology we use. So using that configuration, Nginx understands what are all the IPs that I have to load balance dynamically, and it sends that load accordingly. And
Sure.
once it does a scale up or a scale out, so once the work is done, let's say your request to web application request was done, it was deemed that they are all idle based on the thresholds you set. It sends a request back to Kubernetes shuts down the containers, and that whatever the 0 to 255 became 0 to 25, that's refreshed back in Nginx.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
that's how the whole application architecture is evolving. But the challenge with containers is still databases. It's still a nightmare figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean it's
So it's basically you do the architect application where how you want to, which portion of your application you want to.
Correct. In the
It's all about
past,
that.
see, a VM typically takes, to spin up 20-25 minutes. A container takes 2 seconds.
Yes.
And VM, once you do it, it's fixed. But for container, there is no fixture. It's a stateless architecture.
So are you running a virtual DHCP server to send out all the IP
So
addresses?
Nginx is actually a load balancer, a DHCP/DNS/web server / a proxy web server. It does a forward reverse proxy. It's a software load balancer. It's a service discovery, a service gateway. So and it has scalability. So most of the modern web servers like Nginx do all of these configurations for you. So if you are going in the microservices route, Nginx, Apache Web Server was great, but Nginx does a lot more things than that, so that's why it's more useful.
Enter NIX? Enter NIX?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
so anyway. I think let's. So I download the OpenVAS I showed you, right? So it is now I use this command docker run and run it on port, forward my host port 443 to the containers port, and I'm giving the name of the image. Okay, this is for OpenVAS. and I go to port 443, I get this image. Again, this is not running on my host system. This is running on the container, right? You can spin as many you want. Now you have a full-fledged scanner to scan any IP address. You can learn this too. It's pretty simple. You can point a subnet. You can give an IP address. You can scan anyone you want. It's like Nessus.
Since it doesn't have a database, how does it store? And
It will store. It has a database inside.
Oh, it has a database.
It has a database. Yeah, like I said, it's only. I'm saying it's stateless, but still it has a database. Everything is stored. You can export as long as it's running. But as soon as it dies, everything is gone. So if you want to persist, you need to have a database. Right. But again, you can search for MongoDB on Docker Hub. You can find a MongoDB. You can find Nmap. So you don't have to install Nmap on your host system. You can just download the container and run Nmap from that system. You can run Metasploit from the container, right? So you can create your own Docker image and upload it, people to use. So I think this is amazing for reusing everything, for training purposes and everything. Yes.
Greenbone, why is it? Why Greenbone is used?
This is like a Nessus. It can scan, vulnerability scanner. You give it a class range, and it will scan. So, for example, you can
So
give
this
it.
is not OpenVAS.
This is OpenVAS. It used to be called OpenVAS,
But now it's called Greenbone.
It is still OpenVAS, but Greenbone is the one that put the front end.
Okay.
It's still using OpenVAS engine.
Greenbone is the GUI.
GUI for it, yes. So this is a pretty good tool actually. You can run scans against your infrastructure. It works pretty good. So for example, if you go to Docker Hub,
So can we connect to, for example, I have this OpenVAS and then I download Jenkins. I mean, I download Jenkins. Can we integrate all these
Yes.
things together
See,
using Docker?
Yeah, that's how they do. You can just download a MongoDB, for example. It will be a container and spin that instance. So it will be running in a port and IP. You can download the other application and you can talk to it. It's an IP address. You can interact with any other container too. It's all IP address. It's a container. It's like a mini. Think of it as a mini virtual machine. It is a virtual machine in a way, but it's very, very lightweight. You can spin up.
But then how about the licenses and all? For
No
example?
licenses. I mean, if you're using Windows, yeah, but any like Ubuntu or something, you don't need licenses.
If you unless go for professional services, containers are free.
Even Windows has given money.
Because I see
You can
even
download that.
AppScan also there. AppScan you need to buy, right?
Yeah, those things you have to buy.
But it is there as part of this. So
But
if
it
you
will
download-
just give the image, but then you have to buy the license to install it. It won't let you run. See, Microsoft is there.
You thought
Production version.
See, this is published by Microsoft itself.
Somebody's gonna get some money somewhere.
yeah. You imagine that, okay, if I have Docker image, I can run.
No wonder why
Imagine that if what
What's
will
it?
happen.
operating
That's what I'm
system
saying.
free now. They start giving free.
No, it's not free, but even Microsoft is giving you Windows Server Core, which is like a command line version. So you can download this image and you have a Windows image on as a container. RDP one, this is just a code, but you can run PowerShell commands against this.
Do you need a license to run that?
No, not this image. No,
No,
this is
they
free.
don't.
This is free. Yeah. Microsoft given this for free, so you can. But this, I think, it will run only on Windows. I don't think you can run this from Linux systems. You can download this image only on
Server core is available
for free.
for free.
So you can do anything Active Directory on this Windows server.
And it's a command line server?
It's just a command line. It's just a code. That's what they give for free.
Right, right.
But yeah, they are getting big into the containers world too.
But it's a good way to learn the new OSs when they come out.
Exactly.
So when they come out
But
with
I mean, they also
Server
give
2020 or whatever,
They do give free 180 days free. Anyway, you can use it for free license.
180 days. Yeah.
180 days.
When your 180 days runs out, though.
You can reinstall it, but yeah, if you want to.
Oh, they let you reinstall it?
Yes,
Trial?
you can.
They didn't used to, okay. We
No,
used
you
to
can.
have to set the date 10 years forward.
That used to work before, not anymore.
And not anymore, right, yeah.
That worked like 10, 15 years. Yeah, I used to do
Right.
the trick all the time.
Right.
Yeah, and I used to do the trick. I think that's where the hacker mentality comes, right? You play with
Exactly.
it. So anyway, what do you think about Docker? It's a good thing. Play with it. The reason for you is download these. There's also vulnerable web applications and images, like for example, Webcode is there. Even Linux exploits will be there. GDB exploits. So you can play with this. You download an image and then try to exploit.
So what is that Windows you're saying?
It's a Windows image.
No. Microsoft has any solution?
Not solution. It doesn't container.
Oh, okay.
So you can download the container, but I think it works only on Windows though. You cannot download the Windows container on Linux. But anything, for example, if you want Ubuntu, Ubuntu official has given. If it doesn't have this slash thing, it's official, meaning Ubuntu has given you. This is a trustworthy thing. So for example, you can let's do for Linux Mint, for example. I don't know how many of you know Linux Mint.
It's a good one.
What is it? No, Linux Mint is just like Ubuntu, just Ubuntu. So Nmap is also there, so you can just download and install Nmap, right? So it will run on the container, so you can scan using container, not using a host machine. So imagine that you can create your own product, put it in an Ubuntu image, and then you can use it for yourself purposes, right? I mean, you don't have to. Then you can ship it to your friend saying, "Hey, install it Docker," and then download it. Or you can put it in the cloud. If it works on your cloud, your local image, it will work on Amazon cloud, and you can put it on any system. If you develop using Mac, as long as it works under Docker, it will work under like any Linux instance on the cloud, Amazon cloud. So you don't have to worry about any dependencies. It's the same exact image, so it will work for sure.
And then one more question on email phishing.
Yes.
So somebody tried to do the fake email anonymous. How do I know whether this is a phishing, email?
It's tricky because it's not easy to find. Because I can make email come from anyone I want to using your own SMTP server. You can spoof even the domain names. But there are some things to protect, like called SPF protections, DKIM. There are some new things that are there, which no one is using these days. I forget the name, but it's some protection like.
See, recently I got an email, phishing email. The whole image on the email, the body was looking like Bank of America. Was saying like something they are upgrading their security system. Click on this link and all that. It looked very genuine.
Yeah, you can make
But the first thing which I did was go to the actual email address from address, click on that and see what is the .com it says.
Yeah.
If it is not bankofamerica.com, it can have that word Bank of America somewhere in the email address, but not at the end.
It doesn't matter though. You can even create bankofamerica.com. Yeah, you can do
The
that.
best thing is
So that's what I'm saying. It's not easy to protect.
check an IP address.
No,
that
I mean
is
at
wrong.
least that's the first thing we can check.
That's for a normal person. You can check that and make sure. Don't click on attachments unless you know someone is
And
you're
then
expecting it
whatever
from
link
someone.
they are giving, just hover over it and then it will show what address it is going to. Is that a genuine address? It might have characters, weird characters, so it will tell you that.
See this SPF and DKIM as protections to protect against what I said, because to protect from exact domain name like bankofamerica.com, I can make it look from anyone from I can say Donald Trump sent that email. I can make it look it comes from White House. Exact email they use. You can make it look like that. But you can use this protection to protect against that. But it doesn't work because I can just change it to bankofamerica1.com and people are going to see it. I can change a little bit.
Something somewhere.
One letter you can change it and it's still going to work. You're going to still see bankofamerica.com, you're going to assume it's there. So you cannot protect every domain you have using this technology. So it's not going to work. So phishing it's easy to bypass.
So if I look at the email header details from where it is originating,
you can, but how do you know? Everyone emails from anywhere they want.
I mean,
right?
many a times actually Yahoo and Google they do scan that, and what he's saying is like if you manipulate the email address from address and all that, they'll make sure that it goes into your junk or somewhere else. Many times it happens.
Yeah,
They have the algorithms running.
Our company, they try to test us by sending this kind of.
Yeah, all companies do
Yeah, they do.
phishing links, right?
But if you click on it, they send you back to the training again.
Yeah, I click on it sometimes too. It's not easy. But don't open attachments unless you know it's from someone. Clicking a link is okay, but there's even a sophisticated attack. I remember last time I showed you as a responder. What did it send me, the attacker? The hashes, right? So I can be anywhere in the world, okay? I can send an email to internal system. I'm outside, I'm on the internet, I'm sending an email to someone, okay? In an image, okay? The image, where as soon as they don't even have to click it, as soon as they open the email, it will send the hashes to me remotely.
Really?
But I cannot use it because I'm not there to crack it, but I can crack the password. I forget the name of that tool. Someone has shown the proof of concept. Let me think and see, search and see. See, this GoFish is what another tool I was talking about. It's based on Golang, and it's you can create a campaigns and emails. So you can set this up on your company and say, hey, I want to. I think you guys can become popular in your company. Say you will launch a phishing campaign for free because these are expensive. Companies charge a lot of money, but you can set this. It's free tool. It's based on Golang. It's easy to install. It just like takes a few minutes, and you can send like let's tell them that you're going to test 10 email addresses per second, and then you can show them how many people clicked it. I mean, if you're starting to manage your infrastructure team, get your manager buy-in because don't do it just for like that. It's easy to set it up.
One company I've seen that they would send us phishing emails.
Yeah, there's a company called fishme.com.
Yeah.
And that company, they're expensive though. This is free.
But I don't know how that company did it, but in the information security team, I think they would send these phishing emails for us to see if we respond or not. And then they don't talk to you, but they send us. I had one like, oh, you left your printer file. You know, your file is there. Click this link to get the image. I said, oh, I didn't print anything.
Now, if you get an email from your boss saying that, please download this document and have this work done by tomorrow, anyhow you look up.
That is within the company, you would know.
No, he can, spoof that email address.
So what advice would you give on obtaining executive buy-in from, say, a board or a committee who's already very comfortable with paying for email or social engineering campaigns to transition to a no-cost tool?
That's free thing.
Other than
They
the
love,
cost?
yeah, the cost is what I would
Bottom
buy.
line, yeah.
Yeah, but I would. You set this everything by yourself, beginning.
What?
And you set everything up before you even talk to them.
Right.
And show them, go take the thing. Proof of concept, just send it to yourself.
Yeah.
And then one other person in your company and ask them to click it and show them the statistics and the graphs that the thing is showing. So they'll be amazed. Because, it's just, you can do that yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one more thing and we can try to wrap it up. I think Sheikh was asking one more tool, right? So another good tool for Windows hacking. Again, we're not going in any order. So we looked at phishing, we looked at Docker, because Docker is interesting because those things are based on my experience. I think if I'm finding it useful, you guys will find it useful too. And this tool is called PowerShell Empire. Again, this can be used for phishing, okay? Are you okay? Are you done? You have 5 minutes? Okay. I'll just show you the link. It's again, you just have to do a git clone and then get it. Okay, so do you have to do to go to GitHub site? And you just get the link and so this is used for hacking a lot of Windows systems. Basically, you can create even phishing binaries from here, and you can send it to people in Windows network. When they click it, you will get reverse shell from all the systems. It's pretty easy. I mean, just Google for PowerShell Empire. You'll find a lot of tutorials if you want to know how to use it. So I downloaded it. It's called Empire, right? I don't know if it will run.
Are you still on open?
First you have to set up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you in PowerShell?
No, this is Kali Linux. So you just have to install it first.
No, yeah, okay. Well, so it's just you're in the command line window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I thought you had another tool, something crack NG.
Yeah, that's another tool, Cracked Map EXE. But this is based on PowerShell. That's called Cracked Map EXE. Yeah,
Crack map, what does that do? Map out the topology for you?
No, let's say you get a login and password of one person in the network. using that tool, you can put a subnet, just a tool name, you put the subnet, and you can pass the username and password, and you can see where all this password is valid on the entire network. So you can see who has access using the one password. So once you find that system, then you can go to that system and log in, and you can try to get more passwords from that system, and then you can go from there. So it is like a easy tool. I mean, but you can also do a lot of things with the CrackMap.exe. You can inject scripts onto the host machine. You can also run one command which will execute on all systems, so you can do a lot of cool tricks with that. Yeah, I don't think this will complete, but I mean, once you install, you just do Empire, and you can create binaries. Yeah, reach out to me if you need any help. It's pretty simple to use, very, very simple to use.
Okay. Who's Mimikatz and me?
The Mimikatz is also built into the CrackMap.exe, so you can just run with the...
Oh, no, my machine just detected it.
Okay, yeah, Mimikatz, most of the AVs will detect now. But there's a PowerShell version of it. It's called InVeigh or something like InVeigh. Sometimes it won't be detected. Look for that one. Can everyone see this? Yeah, play with these two tools and on your missions and see how much you can extract. This is a PowerShell version of the same Mimikatz. So anyway, I think a CrackMap.exe, PowerShell Empire, and this InVeigh, and yeah, keep learning OSCP. Once you sign up for OSCP, I mean, I think you guys can learn a lot. So anyway, I mean, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. I think it's been awesome. I'm going to leave some cards here, and I will send you the slides with some Udemy courses and stuff for you to help out. And you can, I don't know if I have that many. I don't know how many of you really need me. Can I just have one? Yeah, but if you need, I mean, my email ID is there. I'm pretty good with responding, so just send me an email, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for that free course online too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll be putting more, so.
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V, and then yeah, more like Windows hacking. So I'll mostly I put it on YouTube or something.
Have you seen that Swedish girl that runs a company called Secure, spelled C-Q-U-R-E?
Oh yeah, I know. Paula.
Oh yeah.
I've taken up those. Like I said, I spend money to take those pictures.
Have you?
Yeah, I mean, it's like 1,500. I just pay money.
Take 5 minutes.
Because that's the easy way to learn.
Right.
Thanks, Raj.
Guys, take 5-minute break. Get the breakfast. Get coffee. Next topic is very interesting.
What is it?
Oh, that's a surprise.
That's a good one. Is it how to make money?
I know you're always on that.